brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair, Affordable Heating and Air, Mountain Adventures, Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond, Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea, Always Growing Resale Store in Berea. A deadly crash this morning. According to Woodford County coroner, 2 people are now dead following a fatal vehicle collision near the Franklin County line. The crash occurred early Wednesday morning on Leestown Road and involved 2 vehicles in a head-on collision. Both the driver and passenger of one car were pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the other vehicle was transported to UK Hospital with non-critical injuries. The roadway was shut down for more than 4 hours but has now reopened hours later. EKU news, A.W. Hamilton and the EKU men's basketball team were in the midst of an 8-game winning streak before the season was put on pause because of COVID-19 protocols. Coach Hamilton caught up with Michael Watkins earlier this week to give us an update on the season for EKU hoops.
The Eastern Kentucky University men's basketball team is off to one of their hottest starts in school history. On Monday, on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, A.W. Hamilton talked about the early success that he has had during his tenure as the head coach of the men's basketball team at EKU.
I want to win every single game. So, the first year we lost so many close games that, that just came right down to the wire. And but when I had the opportunity to get this job or go after this job, I knew this was a special place. Because I'm from here. So the people are what make this place so special. We have great fans. We have great support. We have a great administration. We've got great leadership. You look at the chairman of the board. You look at our president. You look at our athletic director. The people I work with in the hallway every day. We got a special thing happening here at Eastern Kentucky. So when I got the job, I knew that we could really elevate our recruiting and get the right people in here to really get this thing going. And so to be 13-2 right now and off to the best start in 74 years, when I took the job, I wouldn't have predicted that one, though.
Well, let's talk about some of your players. Obviously, Jamari's been out for almost the entire year, but you've had guys like Wendell Green Jr., who was just announced, I think, on Monday. He had the 3rd time this year receiving OVC Freshman of the Year honors. Trey King was just on the list for the Lou Henson Award. I mean, there has been so many guys step up for your team this year. And I feel like every time I look back at the box score, it's somebody different leading your team in scoring, whether it's Kurt Lewis or Michael Marino. Cooper Robb's had some big games. You are very deep, and it seems like somebody else or somebody different is stepping up on any given night for your team. Just talk about what it is to coach these guys and know that whoever it is, it's turning to step up, that you've got faith in them to do that job.
The best thing about this group that we got, I've been a head coach. This is my 9th year as a head coach. I've had a couple teams that have had really great chemistry. And, one of my teams we went 38-1. I had Montrezl Harrell. We got beat in the national championship game. And then the other year we went 43-2. We won the national championship. We had Braxton Beverly, Dariante Jenkins. We just had a special group of guys. And the chemistry and how they pulled for each other is why we won. And this team is the same way. They don't care who the hero is on any given night. They don't, that's what makes us good. And, and even when you look at our team, when you look at, Michael Marino, he's having a great season. Cooper Robb, he's having a really good season. He's our best defensive player. Trey King, he's arguably player of the year in this league. Wendell Green is leading the OVC in assists. He's top 3 or 4 in steals. So, I could go on and on about these guys, but, I'm really proud of how our group has come together and how our chemistry is, and I can't, as a coach, you want to try to create chemistry and you do everything you can. I know, some of my best friends in this business, we do all kinds of stuff where you go to movies or bowling. You try to do different things. And with this year, you really can't do a lot of things like that. And so I'm amazed by the chemistry this group has, the togetherness that they have. And, and I think, that's why we're having so much success. And I look at them and I think, like, at the beginning of the year, we were struggling offensively. And then we wake up right now, I don't know, it's February, maybe, end of January. We're 7th in the country in scoring.
Yeah.
We're first in the OVC in scoring. We're first in the OVC in threes made per game. And, beginning of the year, we were just living completely off our defense. And then I look at our defense. We're number 1 in the country in steals. We're number 2 in forced turnovers. We're number 2 in turnover margin. We're number 1 in the OVC and guarding the 3-point line. So, you know, we have a special group of guys that have really gelled together and really bought into our program here.
The Colonels men's basketball team were on the road last night in conference play, taking on Jacksonville State University. A Wendell Green Jr. three-pointer with around 3 seconds left sent the game into overtime, and Green Jr. would go on to score 10 points in the overtime session to lead the Colonels to their 9th conference victory in a row. For WBONtv 9 News, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael. And you can watch that entire interview with Coach Hamilton and Michael Watkins on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Show that aired Monday night here on WBON-TV. The Colonels return home tomorrow night to face Austin Peay in another big OVC game. Governor Beshear Tuesday hailed App Harvest as Kentucky business debuted on NASDAQ. Governor Andy Beshear highlighted the great news that Moorhead-based agri-tech business App Harvest began trading on the NASDAQ stock exchange. App Harvest opened the largest greenhouse in North America and one of the 10 largest buildings in the world with the most sophisticated LED lighting system that's ever been created, I believe. And they've just provided the first crop of tomatoes to grocery stores all across the East Coast, the governor said. Today they did something really exciting. They became a publicly traded company. That's right, from right here in Kentucky, the Moorhead, Kentucky. They were featured ringing the today's bell at the NASDAQ to open the market. App Harvest Inc.'s common stock and warrants are trading under the sticker symbol APPH and APPHW, according to the company. Over the past year, Governor Beshear has highlighted the company and its founder and CEO, Jonathan Webb, as they built out of the Moorhead site, as well as 2 other facilities here in Madison County. We're committed in the next year to find the next App Harvest and the next one and the next one after that. We have a chance right now to compete for jobs in the future, the governor said. There's a lot of excitement out there. When we focus on the future, there is so much we can do and so much potential here in Kentucky. Well, the Powell County Sheriff's Office is reporting on a major drug bust. According to the Sheriff's Office, while on an unrelated complaint, Deputy Eddie Barnes stopped at a residence on Black Creek Road. After running a warrant check on Mark Stokely, it came back with an active warrant for failure to appear. After placing Mr. Stokely under arrest, Deputy Barnes ran another warrant check on Jeremy Patton of Campton. It showed that Mr. Patton had an active warrant out of Wolfe County. Deputy Barnes had Mr. Patton to exit the truck he was in. During the arrest, Deputy Barnes recovered a total of 542 Xanax, 19 oxycodone, 49 Neurontin, 48 tabs of LSD, approximately 8 grams of crystal methamphetamine, approximately 6 grams of fentanyl, and a small amount of marijuana. Jeremy Patton was charged with the following: trafficking in a controlled substance, 1st degree, trafficking in a controlled substance, 2nd degree, and trafficking in a controlled substance, 3rd degree. With that, we're going to take it to our first break of the day. We'll be right back after this short break here on WBON and 100.7 The Coyote.
Davis & Powell does what hundreds of funeral homes do every day. They handle one of the hardest times in your life. What separates Davis & Powell from everyone else is our aftercare. When the service ends, the grieving begins. Davis & Powell is there to help, from keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers to personal phone calls and tips for healthy grieving through our monthly newsletter. Davis & Powell will be there always, not just until the service ends. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. We go the extra mile.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond. Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop's service your mower, North Estill Avenue in Richmond. Affordable heating and air for all your heating and air needs. Call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Get everything you need for your next family meal at Mountain Adventures. They've got all the fruits, vegetables, and locally produced meats located at 70 River Drive in Irvin. Richmond Parks and Recreation will be hosting a weekly food truck night every Tuesday at Irvin McDowell starting on March the 2nd. The Richmond Parks and Recreation Department is always looking for ways to bring more excitement and cool ideas to the city of Richmond, but they also strive to support the community at the same time. So, as an effort to help give residents an enjoyable way to spend a Tuesday night and give local businesses an opportunity to set up and sell their products, the department will be creating a weekly Tasty Tuesday located at Irvin McDowell's Park starting March 2nd through October the 19th. The food trucks will open at 5 p.m. and close around 8 p.m. Each week will feature a different food truck at that location. Registration for Tasty Tuesday will open today, February 3rd, and the deadline to sign up to participate in March will be February 19th. All vendors will be required to follow the regulations stated in Ordinance 1924 regarding the food truck vendors. This ordinance can be found on the City of Richmond website. There will be no additional fee charged by the Parks and Recreation Department for the food truck to apply and set up at Irvin McDowell. This has been an initiative that the department has been exploring for a few years now, and this moment seems the right time to try to infuse some energy into our community and support local businesses. This new program and initiative is just what the city of Richmond needs right now. We are thrilled to be able to bring together members of our community who have been feeling stressed out about the pandemic and also have a chance to uplift businesses in our community that have been struggling to stay afloat over the past few months. We hope that as we start to emerge into the other side of this nearly year-long pandemic, that Tasty Tuesdays will help welcome back the people of Richmond into what has been a fun, warm, and open community, said Aaron Moore, the Director of Recreation Administration. For vendors that want to participate, they will need to visit the City of Richmond website to complete the registration form and provide the department with the requested documents. It is highly encouraged that the vendors has read and familiar with the ordinance 19 through 24, as any vendor that is unable to meet the requirements listed in it will be unable to set up the food truck on that night. Questions regarding the paperwork needed to set up can be directed to the Parks and Rec Department at 859-623-8753 or parksandrec@richmond.ky.us. The Central Kentucky Regional Airport in Madison County continues to work to expand, which is not only bringing money to the county, but also commercial renting of T hangars, but also support the growing EKU aviation. WBONTV's Marissa Hempel spoke to the airport board member George Wyatt to get more information.
Now, we had done a previous story with Bria Mayor Bruce Fraley, who gave us kind of more the administrative governmental side of things. But we want to know more about all these updates taking place at the airport. And you had mentioned to me previously that there's a lot going on. So you just kind of want to explain some of these modernization and updates.
Yes, we are in phase 2 of a 3-phase improvement program that started some 5-6 years ago with planning that's been done for 7 or 8 years, I guess. And most recently, we increased the ramp space out there to park aircraft by about 1/3. And we've also completed 3 T hangars, which are kind of historic buildings for airplanes, of which we've already got 25 or so of those rented. And so we're really looking forward to that revenue stream. The reason for that is to get a revenue stream that will push the board towards sustainability, where the 3 governments give us an operating subsidy each year, which goes to operating, but also goes to capital improvements. And we're hoping to be able to reduce that in the coming years with the generated revenue from these T hangars.
Now, you had mentioned that you've been on the board for 14 years, which is impressive. That's a long amount of time, but there's been a lot of growth in recent years. And you mentioned the rentals, which obviously you need the revenue stream, but what about EKU's role in that? Because the aviation department, from my understanding, is growing exponentially, right?
Well, the aviation department is growing a lot. They've got around 300 flight students in their professional flight program right now that operate out there. The airport board does not get any direct revenue from the school. We get revenue from the fixed-based operator. We have a lease with an operator that operates the airport, pumps the fuel. They manage the other hangars that are out there, and they get rent from that, and then we get a lease payment from them.
Well, it definitely sounds like you guys need the extra space. So is there a timeline when these updates are going to be complete?
We move at the speed of government, I say. We like everybody else, we want the improvements done yesterday. But we work with the 3 governments. We work with the FAA and we work with the Kentucky Department of Aviation to get grants and other things done so that we can make these improvements. Eastern Kentucky University, you mentioned them, they want to become an equal partner at the airport. And to do that, we have to have legislative changes in Frankfurt, which are underway. And then EKU would be a 4th partner to the airport. That would enable them to use state funds to construct a training facility, which they desperately need and have outgrown there at the airport. The training facility is attached to a new terminal building that we've, again, had on the drawing board. The three governments fronted us some architectural fees to get that, I won't say in place, but the funding for that, the terminal and the training facility is being worked out through the airport board and EKU. But we're hoping for both those projects, the water sewer project. I will add to the sewer project along with the water. We have a septic tank system out there now, which is totally inadequate for the number of people that are out there on a daily basis. And so we're going to be running what's called a force main, in which we will pump sewage back to the Berea municipal system. So those are the big things. Our corporate traffic is increasing. The new planes that will be coming to be in the T hangars will increase our fuel sales, which we get a portion of that fuel sales for the airport board. Activity happening out there. We hope COVID will be over with soon, and our Experimental Aircraft Association will get back to doing their Young Eagle flights that they do twice a year, and our open houses that we do. So we're hoping to be able to invite people back out to the airport so they can enjoy all the excitement that we're doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll be able to come out there soon, get some new footage, and maybe even take a flight. So thank you, George.
Be happy to do it anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa, for that story. Well, that's time for the second break of the day. Stay right here because we'll be right back with the COVID numbers from the area and around Kentucky here on 100.7 The Coyote and WBONtv.
Davis & Powell does what hundreds of funeral homes do every day. They handle one of the hardest times in your life. What separates Davis & Powell from everyone else is our aftercare. When the service ends, the grieving begins. Davis & Powell is there to help, from keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers to personal phone calls and tips for healthy grieving through our monthly newsletter. Davis & Powell will be there always, not just until the service ends. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. We go the extra mile.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond. Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Bluegrass Marble and Granite can take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea has the best aftercare in the business when every detail counts. Remember, Davis and Powell Funeral Home. Always growing children's resale store in Berea, just down from the Berea Ace Hardware in the Strip Mall. Every Tuesday and Thursday, they buy your children's gently worn clothes. We're going to jump right into the COVID numbers with Ron Likens and the governor's report in 2 minutes or less.
Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear was at the Kentucky Horse Park where he opened the first of 4 regional vaccination points.
This is an exciting day for Kentucky. Today, we are opening Kroger Health and Kentucky's first regional vaccination site, which means for every Kentuckian, your time is coming sooner rather than later. Across the Commonwealth, we are seeing efficiency pick up every single week. We are getting better and better at vaccinating people. The last 4 weeks, we've vaccinated more people than we've received doses from the federal government, meaning our only limitation at this point is supply, supply, and supply.
The governor says the trends indicate Kentucky is ready to meet the needs of the citizens as long as supplies last.
The trends, they are moving in the right direction. Last week we had our 3rd straight week of overall decreases in new cases for just the second time since we started battling this pandemic. And currently, we are vaccinating people faster than the federal government can get us doses. But we must remember that the battle is going to continue until we can get everybody vaccinated, and until then, we got to protect one another. Make sure everybody gets through this. So let's continue to mask up. Let's continue to engage in social distancing. And when it's your turn and your time, let's roll up our sleeves and get this shot of hope.
Officials expect to carry out 3,000 vaccinations this week. According to yesterday's report, there were 2,443 new cases, along with 32 new deaths. In Madison County, there were 81 new cases, bringing the county total to 7,774. No new cases were reported in Estill County. From the Channel 9 Newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron, for that report. Now we're going to go straight to the incidence numbers across the state. A few of these counties keep going from red to orange. Robertson County was in orange today. They are back in the red, going from 20% yesterday to 27%. So we have 11 today that are not in the red zone. Yesterday we had 12 not in the red zone. Now with the Madison County numbers, we had 56 new cases here in Madison County with 1,432 active cases throughout the county, and our incidence rate here is 65.0%. That's it for today. We're going to be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. with more stories from across the state and, of course, all of those updated COVID numbers. We'll see you right back here at 3 p.m. tomorrow for the Daily Community Briefing. I'm Gwendolyn Morton on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV.